Hello, hello, everyone. Good morning. How's
Hi, good
everyone doing?
morning.
Yeah. Happy Monday. And yeah, we're here to get creative. My name is Rebecca Bertoldi. I'm a digital marketer.
And my name is Tara Bratz. I'm an interior designer.
Welcome, everyone. So we do have some fun things in store for you today. I wanted to first let you know we can go through our mugs real quick. And I'm using one of my oldies but goodies, my Niagara Falls mug here that I love so much. And I don't know about you, Tara, but do you find that you need like I need at least at least 12 ounces, usually more like 15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to I've been trying to cut back on coffee though, so I have my matcha.
There you go. There you go. What
hmm
mug are you using today?
So here's my mug.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
It's very design like you. Well, cool. We have some fun things to get into. We have some fun things to show you today. Um, Tara, do you want to kick us off with that dresser?
Sure. So the last week, I have been working all week in the workshop, which I haven't been working in the workshop quite a bit for. It's been a while because um, I haven't really had any projects of doing furniture over, but I do enjoy doing furniture over from time to time. It is kind of like a little break for me. So I shared the workshop with my dad this week, and it was okay. It was good. I got the project done, and the clients seemed to be happy, and it left me yesterday. But you know what? Every time I do a piece over, it becomes like my baby.
Oh, I'm sure.
It
Absolutely.
does. I'm like, oh, be careful, it's heavy. It could fall, I don't want it damaged. So I work on it so much and I put my whole heart into it. And it's a lot of work. So first of all, you want to sand it and then, seal it
Mm-hmm.
so that you don't have any bleed come through from the stain. Because once a
Oh,
stain is on a cabinet, especially mahogany wood, it has this red hue to it and
mm-hmm.
it creates a lot of issues when you're sanding and applying paint. So when you apply paint to mahogany and any wood surface, you want to make sure you seal it first with a primer. So
What a great
sand,
tip that is.
prime, paint.
Yeah, that's
And
an
then
awesome
in
tip. Thank
between,
you for that.
yeah, and then in between you want to sand it as well because if you're using a brush, it's very important that you sand lightly with a light sander. And I'm talking about individual sandpaper in your hand, not a sander. The sander you can use first, but you want to use that hand paper first, that sander, to get all the brush marks out of it. You don't want to see
Now,
a lot of strokes.
question about that, because I always like to use the block sand, like it's still a hand sander, but you can put it on like a block because it just with my arthritis, it's easier for me to hold the block than it is the paper.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
it, is something like that like a no?
No, that's okay, but you don't want to go with the brush. You don't want to go use the sandpaper in your hand with the brush strokes. You want to go the opposite way because you want to try to get them out. So it's a lot of hand movement, you have to put a lot of into it because, um, the paint's stubborn. The stubborn,
Yeah.
it doesn't want you to sand it. So you really got to put yourself into it to get it out. So it's a lot of work. And then
Hmm.
on top of it, you want to seal it. So you want to use a wax. And the wax,
Hmm.
when you apply it, you have to be very careful because it becomes streaky. So you want to make sure you're not missing any areas where you have sealed it with the wax versus not. So, yeah, so basically what I'm talking about is I had received this cabinet and
Let me get it
it
pulled
was an
up.
old cabinet with a lot of stain seeping through. I could not remove the drawers at all. They were pretty much in the cabinet, they would not come out. So I had to literally paint around everything.
Okay. Now give me 1 second.
And
I
then
want
when
to
you,
show it. I want to show it
sure,
again, but it seems to, for whatever reason, cut our voices out when I'm putting it up. So let me just figure. Okay. Well, that was the before
that's the
picture that
before,
I
right? That's
had.
that's lightly sanded. I'm gonna see if I can move out of the sun a little bit. Um, that was lightly sanded, and what happened there is the drawers just wouldn't, I could not remove the drawers at all. So I had to literally paint around everything.
Hmm.
And then when it came to the hardware, which you'll see in the after picture, it was a little challenging because when you have old furniture, not every handle lines up to the holes.
Right.
So you either have to putty the hole with wood filler, sand it, paint it, and it's a process. So I kept running back and forth to Home Depot trying to figure this out because I didn't want to have to putty and do that whole process. And I was able to find a handle that had, see if I can explain this correctly. I wish I had one in my hand, but they had 4 holes on it. So I was
Hmm.
able to use the outside hole in the back of the handle and the inside hole to line it up. And it actually worked out pretty well. But it
Nice.
was the only handle at Home Depot that I could find to actually, finish the project. So it was fun.
Okay.
It was a long process. I was in workshop for about 3 days because you have to let it seal, and paint
Hmm.
needs to dry, and there's a lot of process to it. So
Definitely. So I'm going to
it's
show the
not
finished
quick.
piece. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm going to show the finished piece. It may cut our audio out, but at least we know that. So let's show it now. So yeah, I think you did a phenomenal job on that. That is so pretty. And when
Thank
to be
you.
honest, you guys, when Tara sent me she uploads pictures for me into a folder, so we can do her marketing stuff, and she had put them both in there, and I'm like, is this the same? Like, it didn't even look like the before of it. Like, I recognized her after, but I'm like, is that the same thing? Like, it looked completely different. So great job on that.
It does. Thank you. And when you paint it white, it shows a lot of character in the piece.
Hmm.
Um, so you don't always see all those details until it's painted. So
Yeah,
it was fun. It was a lot, but it was fun.
very cool. Very cool.
There's
And
actually a mirror that goes on top of it, which you can kind of see in the background, which I will have to show next time. I forgot to send that picture over to you, but there is a mirror that goes on top of it. So I will have
okay,
to show that next time. Hmm.
nice, awesome. And do you want to show your Hobbit thing real quick? You
Sure.
want to tell us about give us an update on the Hobbit project?
Well, the Hobbit project is a lot of moving parts, like I've been talking about for several weeks now, but it's finally coming to basically being able to view in the barn. So I have clients coming hopefully next week to view everything, but I have started this week throughout painting the cabinet and getting into the barn to be able to display some of it. As we were talking, Rebecca, last week about getting, your creatives and your ideas out on paper, where I am more visual, so I have to get it out into the barn and display.
Mm-hmm.
So once it comes together, then I can certainly let it go out of my mind a little bit more, and I'm not so anxious about it, I suppose is
Yeah.
a good way to explain it. So yeah, so it's a lot of mushrooms, but it's a lot of detail. And so what happens in the barn is I display it so the clients can come and view, and then we tweak it any way that they want, and basically gives them a visual of what my ideas are. So I started that this week, and you'll see it shortly in our photo. Um, but after that, I have to pack it up and
Mhm.
go drive it to the location and set it up again. So there's a lot to it and a lot of moving parts. But yeah, if you want to show the picture.
Yeah, let me show that now. Yeah, that is so awesome looking. I wonder, like, so you have it all set up there. Do you like take a photo so that you know? Because for me, like, if I had set all of that up and then I had to pack it up and move it somewhere, I wouldn't remember what I put on there. So do you like take
Yes,
a photo and yeah.
I
Okay.
do. And then I refer back to the photo while I'm there. But
Nice.
it's going to be a lot of hands-on when I get there. And it's a short period of time to be able to get all of that finished before guests arrive. So
Yeah.
there's a bit of anxious, involved in it because you don't have a lot of time. Even for weddings and wedding venues,
Mhm.
they really don't give you a lot of time to set up. And a lot of my projects are very detailed. So hopefully we can get in and get out. But I will be sharing with you the process of everything. Maybe we could do a video on it too, Rebecca, so that they could see the background of it all because there's a lot that I have to plan in order to get to that that special day. And I
Right.
only really have one shot at it. So um, there's a lot of thinking, a lot of process, a lot of planning. So, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, we could do some behind the scenes video.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think it would be kind of neat for everybody to view and be able to see.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So what do you have coming up this week?
Well, today I'm in Middletown. I am
Mhm.
going to look at a screened sun area, sun living room, sun porch, I
Mhm.
guess. It's off the living room. It's enclosed. I'm pretty excited about it. I was actually in this homeowner's house once before, and
Mhm.
she is a good friend of both of ours. So,
Mhm.
it's pretty nice, and it's nice being able to work with her again.
Nice.
So I am looking forward to seeing her, saying hello, looking at the project, and moving forward with it. But it's definitely a living room, sun porch design. So I'll be looking at that today. And
Awesome.
then coming up, I have another project coming up. But I also want to talk really briefly about a bedroom that I have been working on. And it has, when you go upstairs to like a cape, it has the slanted ceilings, right?
Mhm.
So it makes it really difficult for our room to be designed
Yeah.
because there's a lot of walkway, a lot of closets. There isn't a lot of space for you to actually put your bed.
Right.
So when I walked into this particular bedroom, their bed was underneath the slanted ceiling. And the whole wall that was facing, when you walked in, that you would see first is the focal point of the room. So when you're designing a room, you want to make sure that the largest wall in your bedroom is the focal point for your bed. Your bed is your focal point in a bedroom. It should be facing towards the door. I know that in some areas, in some space, that does not, allow it to be that
Right.
way. As far as my room does not allow that. So I understand that process, but if you have a big space in a big bedroom, you can also make a sitting area in there too. So when I walked in, they were very hesitant to turn their bed because, sometimes you just get used to where your bed is and that's just it and that's all you can see. But when I turned it around, I was so happy to hear last week the homeowner said to me, I really love my room. And
Yay.
that just meant so much to me because I do think a lot. I do have a lot of convincing clients it's going to be okay. And if you don't like it, we can certainly turn it around. But
Right.
just to give some tidbits about it, like when you're walking into your bedroom, just look at the biggest wall should support your bed. The
Mhm.
next largest wall should have a bureau, but you shouldn't have wood, wood, wood. And what I mean by that is bureau, bureau, bureau.
Mm.
So you want to break it up with bureau, a soft fabric, either it's a chair or it's something that breaks up the wood.
Oh.
So you don't want large scales altogether either. You want highs and lows.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe at some point we could do a video on that and again so that you can understand what I'm saying. But yeah, so I am trying to finish up that project this week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
what does your week look like?
Yeah, so for me, I am working on launching a couple new products, which is awesome. And coming up this weekend, my coach, Lin Wan Su, is coming to town, and she is hosting a one-day workshop. It's a success workshop. And really, like, I come to these because every time I go, I have new ideas, I get inspired, and for me, like, I can somewhat easily, up until now, lose focus on what I really want to achieve, or like doing tasks that don't really support my goals. And that's a big, I don't want to say an issue for me, but it's something that I'm aware of. So I make sure that I go to her events like every quarter so that I can get refreshed and refocus my energy on what I do want to create. So it's a wonderful event. If you guys want to join, you can get tickets. It's out here in Connecticut. It's going to be in Norwich, Connecticut. And you can join at BeHappily.Successful.com. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. She's not a stuffy coach. She's a fun coach. She is, she's one of my people. It's funny. We were texting last week and we were both writing, like with iPhones. I don't know if you know this, Tara, but with iPhones, you can see the other person writing in there. It has the little dot, and we were both writing.
Yep, I have that too.
Time. Oh, you do? I didn't know they had that there.
Yeah. On an Android, you have it. I think it's Android to Android maybe, or I don't know, but I do see that on occasion with some.
Okay. So it's iPhone to iPhone then too. And we were writing in, and it was basically the same thing that we wrote in. Like we were both saying the same thing. And she's like, "Ooh, look at that." And I went and grabbed a meme from Friends, a Friends meme that says unagi. If you remember those episodes where Ross was like, unagi, and then and she wrote back salmon skin roll. Like they would did. She's just one of my people. Like she's just fun and not a stuffy coach. She makes it enjoyable to learn all of these tools. So that's coming up this weekend. This past weekend, I finally got to turn my house over to fall mode, which hasn't reflected here in the office yet. But upstairs, it's really fall up there. So I like to decorate for the different seasons, but my seasons are fall, and then Christmas, winter, and then spring, summer is one. So normally, like the first weekend of October, I would be putting everything up, but it's just been a little crazy. So I finally got to it this weekend. I can show you a couple little tidbits of what is going on in my house real quick. So first we have my dining room. So my dining room, I do like to make look pretty because we do host Thanksgiving. So it's one of those things that I like to make it I like to make it warm and cozy, and it really has all of my grandparents in there. So it's a really special place for me. So here's part of the which is getting cut off. So fine. And then let's see, a little bit of the living. So for me, it's like swapping out any of my green flowers with fall flowers and pumpkins and all that kind of fun stuff. And then, of course, I had to put my Thanksgiving gnomes. I love them so much. And I remember the day I got them, they came in the mail, and Kyle was in his man cave. And I just, like, the two little tops of the heads, I like stuck it in the door. He's like, "What am I looking at right now?" So It's always fun to mess with him with some gnomes. So yeah, there's that. I did put a new blog post out this week, last week, and Tara, I used your photos in there about taking pictures of products for social media. So there's a lot of businesses that are going to start promoting for the holidays, and you're promoting all year, but really there's going to be a big push now. So how do we make them really stand out? And one of the things I love about Tara's photos is that she really focuses in on something, and the rest of it is like a supporting cast. So some of the tips that I had in there really talk about to not have there's some stores that I see that will take a picture of like a gazillion things that they have. And that's great when you're in there and you can look through all of them. But when you're putting it on social, if they don't immediately see something that they can identify with and that they would want in their home, it's just a lot of stuff. So if we can make it so that you're like pick a product or a group of products and really focus in on those, show people how to use them. And that's another thing is like people don't necessarily make the connection between how they can use a product. So if we make that connection for them, it helps a lot. It'll help them to see, oh yeah, I could use that. So yeah, so I thank you for letting me use your photos for that. I of course gave you credit. And
thank you.
I totally went and stalked like all of your old posts on Facebook and stuff. And I just grabbed a few that you had staged a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was a nice clean stage. So yeah.
Thank you.
So, like using, having a clean background behind them and not having it too busy and those kinds of things. So
Right.
You can get that new blog post on my RebeccaBertoldi.com site. And there are even more coming. It's funny, I write these blog posts and then I forget to post them. So this week I'm doing my Small Business Saturday blog post. So that's going to be coming up. Just about finished writing it, so it's going to go live. So yeah.
In the event Saturday,
Yeah.
November 2nd is located at.
So it's the Courtyard Marriott in Norwich, Connecticut.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it.
And if for anyone that can't really place where that is, it's right behind. It's the one behind Prime 82. That's seemed to be the common theme of like, oh, I'm not sure where that is. I'm like Prime 82, and they're like, oh yeah, I know where that is. So
yeah, I think it's going to be a nice day. Should all come down and join us.
Yes, absolutely.
For a fun day.
Yeah, BeHappily.successful.com, and it's going to be amazing. And I think it's going to help a lot of people, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add for this week?
Well, I do want to add this. So I am a part of a group every Thursday morning in Norwich. It's located at the Holiday Inn. It's Rose City Networking. It's a fabulous group. A lot of entrepreneurs, business. So what's happening November 14th is we are having a visitors, they could come and participate with us. It's a visitors day. So, even if you have a small business, large business, no business, it's a great opportunity to get in front of other business owners, other entrepreneurs, like-minded. And it's a great opportunity. And I just want you to know that by me saying this, it's not to get you to join, that's for sure. Certainly, we would love to have you in our room every week. But it's certainly just to get out there and get your business known. So if you would like to come, please let me know. Send me a message. We can certainly make that happen. I would love to have you. I'm sure we would all love to have you in our group that Thursday. Again, November 14th. It is quite early. It's 6:30 in the morning. We all arrive. By 7, the meeting starts, and it lasts until about 8:30. I'm not certain how that particular day will work, but I would love again to have you with us that morning.
Yeah. It's and then it's one of those things, just to let people know, they only allow one profession per group.
Yes.
So if you were, like, well, Tara is in there for commercial interior design.
I
Even though we know she does wonderful residential things. But yeah, it allows you to get referrals and not be worried about the competition in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
I know we have had conversations in the group. We're looking for plumbers and a lot of people in the trade, makeup artists. So if you're out there, or anyone for that matter, I just think it's a great opportunity to get in front of people, and just have a nice morning. It's refreshing, it's uplifting, and then we all start our day after that. But
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
You serving coffee at 6:30 in the morning?
They sure do.
Okay. Awesome. I know my group is actually having an open house as well, so I'll get the date and tell you guys about that next week. We're doing like a Friendsgiving one.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah.
Now, how many are in your group? About?
I want to say we have about 25.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay.
So we're new. Yeah, we just formed in May, so we're growing, and yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I think our group has about 40 something, 45.
Nice.
But we're still growing too, so
Definitely.
yeah. But I believe our groups kind of collide on the same day, am I right?
Yeah. We don't start at 6:30 in my group. We get there about 7:30, and then we end at 9. So yeah.
Okay. That's nice though. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys feel inspired. I hope you learned some new things today. And I hope that you join us either this weekend for the Be Happily Successful event, BeHappily.successful.com, or go to Tara's networking group in Norwich. And and that's on November 14th.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining in. We're glad that you were here today, and we will see you next week.
Yes, be kind always, and thank you for joining with us this morning. Take care.
Bye for now.